This might be one of the most unique walking pads I've ever tested, and we're gonna find out why right now. Welcome back to We Snagged It. My name's Matt, and today we're checking out the Akluer 2-in-1 dual-sided treadmill. This is a super unique treadmill that I'm really excited to talk to you about today. But before we do so, make sure to subscribe to our channel and like this video. It helps us continue to make content like this for you so we can dive into super cool and unique products like this. Today, like I said, we're checking out the Akluer 2-in-1 dual-sided treadmill. This is a super unique machine because unlike other 2-in-1 treadmills that have arms that fold up and down to make it more of a walking pad versus a running treadmill, this is dual-sided where you can flip it to side A or to side B. Side A is a walking pad just like any other walking pad that you can put under your desk, or you can put in front of your TV and just walk and get extra steps in. But this one, if you flip it over to side B, has little foot massagers underneath, which makes it not anything like other treadmills on the market. So that makes it kind of a cool product that I'm excited to talk to you about today. Okay, when this treadmill first arrives, it'll come in a pretty compact sized box. It's a pretty compact treadmill. The box that ours arrived in was great. There was no damage to the box. Inside the box, there was the treadmill and then a small package to put on these little feet, the little legs to help incline it. Along with that, there were the bolts that go into the sides. There's also a remote control. Then the remote control comes with 2 batteries, one that's already installed, and then there's an extra one in case the battery dies. And then there's also some treadmill lubricant, and there's a manual. The Akluer 2-in-1 treadmill, dual-sided treadmill, has a 330-pound weight capacity, which for this small of a machine is actually pretty impressive. I myself weigh about 230 pounds, and I'm 6'5". And I've been able to walk on this and use it a few hours a day. The dimensions are 43.5 inches long by 21.5 inches wide, and the belt specifically is about 15.5-ish inches wide and about 34.5 inches long. So the belt itself is a little bit shorter than what you would see on the, a typical home treadmill, but this is meant to be more compact so you can use it under your desk in a shared office space, at home, something like that. So it's meant to be able to store a little bit better, and for that you kind of have to sacrifice size. Another impressive thing is it has a 2.5 horsepower motor, which is actually pretty impressive for a treadmill of this size. So that's something that I've been impressed with. Again, like I said, I'm 230 pounds. I haven't had any issues with this, handling my weight or anything like that, and I've been able to use it for extended periods of time throughout the day while I'm working, so that's been awesome. It does come with 2 wheels right here that allow you to move it side to side. That's a little bit different than other treadmills as well. Most treadmills allow you to have wheels facing the opposite direction so you can move it kind of forward and back. The reason that the wheels are different on this one is because, again, it's a dual-sided machine, so you can't necessarily have wheels sticking up on either side there. Personally, that's something I missed a little bit, because when you go to wheel it in and out from under your desk, it makes it a little bit more challenging. You kind of have to lift it up and put it where you want it to go, or drag it, let's say, on the carpet or on the wood, whatever you're using it on, and it makes it a little bit more challenging to move when you want to get it under your actual desk. But moving it, in and out of a space, it's been fine. Another challenge is, on carpet or the turf in here, it's a little bit harder to move on surfaces like that, but hardwood or the horse style mats that we have here in the garage gym, it moves fine and it's not a big deal at all. With the size of this, again, it's only about 35.5 inches long in the belt. It does make it slightly limiting for taller people. Like I said, I'm 6'5", and when I get going at those higher speeds, my foot might slip off the back of the deck or something like that a little bit easier. Fortunately, while I'm working, I can't really focus on work and walk super fast at the same time, so I usually only have it about between 1.6 and 2.4 miles per hour, and that's been great for me, and it makes it super easy. Like it doesn't make me lengthen my stride a little bit more because I'm going a little bit faster. Be aware of that if you're taller and need a little bit more stride. I would still recommend it for people that are my height or even taller if you plan on being able to walk a little bit slower while you're working. It does have side rails on the side here. They're not very wide So if you've got bigger feet, I usually just step on and off the floor, and I don't really use the side rails all that much. There is an on-off switch here that makes it super easy to turn the treadmill on and off. There are these orange legs or little feet here, and that just allows it to, have a little bit of incline while you're walking, and also makes it so when you do flip it over, that the belt on the bottom isn't, rubbing on the carpet or rubbing on your floor. So it does give it a little bit of elevation, a little bit of incline while you're walking. The treadmill starts at 0.6 when you're on side A, the walking side. It starts at 0.6 miles per hour, and it goes up in 0.2 mile per hour increments. So you go 0.6, 0.8, 1, 1.2, etc. So it goes from 0.6 up to 4 miles per hour. And with the remote, it's super easy to start and stop the treadmill. It is pretty quiet, so if you're working in a shared workspace or something like that, you shouldn't have any issues disturbing coworkers or anything like that. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of foot noise just from walking with any type of treadmill. There's going to be your foot noise on the treadmill deck, the belt, and then there's also going to be a little bit of noise from the belt rotating and moving. That's just typical. Like, I don't think you're going to be able to avoid that. But if you're in a, shared workspace, home office, something like that, like, you can use it just fine. I use it at home when I'm working while my kids are sleeping, so it hasn't been an issue for me at all in that way. Something else to think about or be aware of if you lose the remote or something like that, there is a start and stop button, plus minus for speed on the actual console. I mean, I don't personally want to bend over and have to hit plus or minus or stop every single time I'm using this, so the remote's great, but if you do lose it, there is an option on here. And then also while you're using the treadmill, you get time, speed, distance, and calories burned. So I've talked to you quite a bit about side A, just the normal walking pad side. Now let's check out side B, which I think a lot of people are super interested in. So this is side B. The console cover is white, just a little bit different, helps you understand and know that, you're on the right side. This doesn't really have speed increments in terms of like 0.6, 0.8, 1 mile per hour. This just has different levels, so it's P1 up to P5, P1 being slower, P5 being the fastest. And what it is there's a bunch of bumps underneath the treadmill belt. They're about nickel size. The best way I can describe it to you, basically as if you were walking and foam rolling your feet underneath, but instead of rolling the foam roller, it's kind of like you're like gliding your feet across the foam roller, because again, the treadmill belt is gonna take your foot and move it along. The first time I jumped on without any shoes on and did the massage side, I had to step off because it was just like, it was too weird. I gave it a few minutes, tried again, and again, it was pretty like sensory overload. So what I did is I just kind of forced myself, and about, I don't know, 15, 20, 30 seconds into it, it started to feel pretty good. It was a little bit different, something new, something that I wasn't used to, but I actually kind of liked it. So they do recommend doing it for about 10 minutes a day. It's been really interesting, something that I've actually enjoyed doing. I don't think I've gone the full 10 minutes in a single day yet. I think the most I've done is up to 5 minutes. And I won't lie, my feet were pretty tender and sore the next day, but I think that's expected if it's something you've never done before. So I've been doing that probably 3 or 4 times a week, getting a little foot massage while also getting some steps in. Okay, I'm just gonna walk on this for just a minute so you can see, my feet on it, my stride on it. It does beep when you turn it on and when you increase speeds, but you always get that 3 to 1 basically countdown as you start walking. It always starts at 0.6 miles per hour. And then, like I said, it goes up in 0.2% increments. So as you can hear, there's a little bit of foot sound from my feet. There's also a little bit of sound from the belt. Typical treadmill noise. We're at 2 miles per hour right now. As you can see, it's pretty snug for me, but at 2 miles per hour, it's great. This is 3 miles per hour right here. As you can see, it responds pretty quickly. It's not like you're waiting all day for it to increase or decrease speed. And I'm not hitting the motor hood. I know some people might have that question or that concern. You know, if you're walking slow or not paying attention, you're focusing on work, and you get a little bit too close to the motor hood, that might happen once in a while, but you know, it doesn't really ever happen for me. And now I'll put it up to, this is 3.4, 3.6 is about my max. And then once we start getting a little bit faster, this is up to 4. It's a little bit too fast for me. I have to lengthen my stride a little bit, and then I kind of start to come off the back. So again, if you're taller, just be aware of that. Oh, and now we're gonna flip it to side B. I'll lose my shoes. So I like to go a little bit faster. For some reason, it makes it a little less sensitive on the bottom of my feet. And it just takes a minute. See, I've been on the treadmill for maybe 20 seconds and my feet are already used to it. I will say that the little pads underneath that your feet are rubbing against, they're pretty firm. There's not any give to them. So if you're looking for something that's going to be kind of a soft massage, I wouldn't say this necessarily fits in that category. But it is pretty firm. It does feel good though, I will say. I enjoy it. I feel like using it over the past 5 to 6 weeks, like I said, my feet have gotten stronger. So my feet aren't as sensitive, they aren't as sore the next day. But yeah, that's that. If you have any questions at all, please let me know down in the comments. Thanks again for watching our review of the Akluer 2-in-1 dual-sided treadmill. If you're interested in buying this treadmill, there's an affiliate link down in the description. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and smash the like button. That helps us continue to make content like this for you guys to help you make purchase decisions before you decide to spend your hard-earned money on products. Thanks again so much for watching. My name's Matt, and we'll catch you in the next video.